we're going to talk about my 4 rune picks. Basically, it's a gamble. I know this. We're going to talk a lot about risk management, how not to explode, how to use Magic Eden properly, what to look for, and most importantly, why everyone is going bananas about meme coins right now. It's pretty mad. So I've let the cat out of the bag already. I know. There you go. That is my plan. It's on the screen, but we're going to do a lot more detail. How to do certain things, what to do, why to do it, and most importantly, how not to destroy yourself. Disclaimer, financial advice, non-financial advice. This is risky. If you don't like doing it, don't do it. If you don't care, yeah, whatever, right? But I'm going to say something that will capture you. If, in my opinion, you are not holding Bitcoin, why are you investing? However, the second element of this is, if you are not dabbling in the Bitcoin ecosystem, what are you waiting for? If you're a cryptocurrency holder and you've been playing around on Solana, sweet. If you've been playing around on Ethereum, sweet. But Bitcoin will be probably the biggest growth in terms of ecosystem use. Why? Because it's never happened before. This is pretty new. Even BRC20s, right? They've not been around that long. They're not as good as runes. Runes have only been around since April. So let's talk about something clear. Right now, everyone is talking about meme coins. Now, my fundamental thing around meme coins has always been the very cultish, the very community led, and they are the absolute related thing to what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, let's be honest, to a normal person on the street, you look a bit odd. You look like you are a part of a cult. You're a part of this decentralized finance ecosystem movement that is going to down the world of fiat currencies and centralization and the banks. What's the difference? There isn't, right? Now, I've got a good spread in my portfolio. I'm very heavy in Bitcoin. I have some altcoins that I do like in terms of technology that could do well in a small period of time called Note Season. And I also have Bitcoin runes. That's the top and bottom of it all. And I want to reveal my plan. Basically, simple as that. What I'm going to do. Because I think it's important to know. But everyone, in my opinion, and this is a Dune kind of post I've found off Google. I don't know how up to date it is. But most things on here are not using Bitcoin at all. Meme coin, Supercycle, Ethereum, Base, OP, Solana, whatever, right? All of these are showcasing all the runes and not runes, sorry, the lack of runes, more to the point. All the other chains in terms of what's happening, what the percentage holdings are, right? As I've alluded to it, no one's talking about runes yet. And I think we're going to start seeing a change soon, right? Now, let me go into the fine details of it. Now, the one that I'm using right now is Magic Eden. Magic Eden has a wallet. That Magic Eden wallet has a massive functionality element to it where you can incorporate multiple wallets in one place and you can actually use a swap functionality to use it kind of like a Uniswap, right? Now, magiceden.io is essentially the platform for it. Like, it's an NFT platform, runes platform, but also more importantly, you can use cross-chain on it. So you can see here on the screen, got Ethereum. You've got Polygon, you've got Base, you've got ARB, and also, most importantly, you've got Solana. And these are like NFT collections, right? Now, when you go onto your wallet, up here, the top here, wrong button, you can see you can link other wallets. And what you can do actually here, you can link wallets on this platform with multiple different things on different networks. For example, Phantom, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you get the idea, right? It's not freaking hard, but 482 wallets can clonk onto this. Right, so let me just showcase something very, very interesting, right? Very, very soon, we're going to see, coming to Magic Eden, for example here, a situation where people can swap native assets to runes. So, for example, if you've got Solana, right, in your Magic Eden wallet, which you can do, you can swap it over into a rune, for example, right? Woo, what? So that's where we're talking about adoption coming, where things will eventually change. Because as I say, right, on your wallet, you can have multiple things on it. Magic Eden wallet, I'll just log in now on this one. This is my wallet here. You can have other things. You can have all kinds of stuff. Right now, on my wallet, Ethereum, Polygon, Base, absolute madness when you think, well, if you're an Ethereum user or If you're coming from another chain, you can move it over. Wow, okay, cool. Pretty cool, right? So that's the little bit of the cross-chain element, which is important to note, right? Because I think a lot of people are saying already, and I understand why, it's like, oh, it's hard. It's not hard, it's just you've never really looked into it, right? I think the hardest part of all of this, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, is the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? It's different. It's slower, but it's different. But for a lot of people, it'll be the first time you've actually interacted with the Bitcoin ecosystem properly, which is probably quite a big thing for a lot of you. If you're interested in knowing more about runes and the full element around the ecosystem of Bitcoin, jump in Patreon. Discord only rooms, DGen room is absolutely flying with runes and people are making some real good gains and actually learning a lot more. Jump in, link below. So in terms of runes, now I'll talk about the obvious. The volume is slowly increasing. The market capitalization is actually really increasing. The number of runes though is going berserk right now and the holders are slowly increasing too. Now, what is mad here? It's very, very easy to create a rune, like super easy. And it's also a fair launch because there's no VCs, there's no stupid capital. If you find one with 0% pre-mine, it's pretty much a fair launch, which is mad, right? How often do you get that in other ecosystems? You don't realistically. Now, as I've alluded to it, mints are very important. And you can see here, King of the Hill is quite a common little thing, which is what they do on Luminex here, where basically it's how popular one is, if it's trending or not. Now, some of the ones that I've came upon here have actually done very, very well, which is kind of annoying because I missed the boat on a few of them, but it's just the way it is. Now, if I go to runes on here, Gizmo, it's very, very popular right now. Let me just show you it. The Imaginary Kitten, right? Yeah, I know. Guess who saw this in the mint stage? Me. Guess who didn't buy it? Me. Idiot. You know, that is a monstrous rise. It will cool off, don't get me wrong, but the volume on it is ridiculous when you consider where it is. 18 million market cap now, there's 3,000 holders. That's only just a brand new rune that could become a meme. That's a key word here, could become a meme. So let's go through what my plan is in terms of how I hope to grow more Bitcoin essentially using this. So my plan moving forward, you've probably seen at the start of this video, is to follow the leader. Basically, right? I'm going to reveal the 4. This is the first one, dog, right? I know, crazy. But dog's giving you a flavor of what could be happening. It is already on a number of centralized exchanges, already got 11 million volume. It's 564 million market cap. And we'll compare it to other leaders in other kind of chains or other blockchains and stuff like that. Now, the reality is very, very clear here. It's risky, don't get me wrong. But Coinbase have only just turned on Taproot, which is good, right? Other exchanges will follow. How exchanges work is very, very clear. They want traffic. If they start seeing hype somewhere, certainly on like the Magic Eden or other exchanges, they will want that. And that is what I'm looking for. When the mania come and people go buying runes and they want to grow their Bitcoin, which is the most purest way of doing it by Satoshi to Satoshi, they're going to want to list these. Simple, because it's easy. The big problem they've got is, because they are fair launch and 0% pre-mine and there's no real big fundamental team element around it, because it's done on Bitcoin and it's pure decentralization, they have to buy it themselves, or the community have to then donate it to the exchanges, which is also good. That's interesting, right? Whereas when you look at like a centralized exchange coin or whatever, I don't know, VC coin or key opinion leaders, whatever, you're going to find that they will have a pot of money from the raise and they will just do the listing fees anyways. But Binance and even like a Coinbase, you know, other big exchanges, Bybit, etc., they know they're going to get paid longer term through exchange fees. And Bitcoin is quite an expensive chain, realistically, with the miners involved as well. So that could be one very interesting point. So this is the first one, obviously, Dog, the biggest meme coin on Bitcoin. Simple as that. It's nothing to shout home about in terms of their website, but that is a very, very big word. Number one meme coin on Bitcoin. The biggest ecosystem, which is worth $1.3 trillion in terms of market share versus the entire market, obviously, that's only like 0.06% of the ecosystem. What? If that starts to increase, it's going to get very, very interesting where it goes in terms of price. We will compare it to Dogecoin in a bit. The second one is Bitcoin Wizards. I know this is not a rune yet. It will be soon though. It's a BRC20, which is an older version of the fungible token on the Bitcoin standard. It's on a couple of exchanges, you can see, and I bought this on Unisat. I'll show you in a bit how to buy certain things if you are interested. Now, the fundamentals of this is simple. It is the first meme on Bitcoin, i.e. you will know what this meme is. If I click this image here, or this website link, you've all seen internet or magic internet money, the little wizard. Everyone talks about it. In the bull cycle in the past, people have talked about the magic internet money. Guess what? That's what that is. And yeah, in my opinion, could well do very, very well, certainly as it becomes a rune. The next one, an obvious one, is $1 billion cat, BDC, right? This is a ridiculous marketing thing regardless with the glasses. You've probably seen the glasses all over the place. If you look on their website and stuff, it's very clear. They're, you know, when we see the glasses, it's on everything. Even we're seeing now brand new releases on ordinals, brand new runes, and they have this little logo, and it's just it's a Bitcoin logo as a thing. Look at it. It's all over the place. This is a really, really good marketing element, and it's very, very memeable. And I love that. And obviously their own goal is get it to $1 billion, right? Obviously, but it's growing massively. And, you know, as you can see here, you got all these ordinals with them on. It is the most obvious marketing thing ever. If runes take off, it'll probably take off realistically. It's ridiculous. It's fantastic. I love this idea. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, I know, mental, but it is what it is, right? And that's kind of how memes are born, right? And the final one is a one called Base Internet Panda. Right, this is the wild card. This is the lowest market cap one, the lowest volume. It's not on any exchanges. And their community is absolutely crazy. It's vibrant, it's fun, it's funny. And yeah, it's doing really, really well in terms of what it's got. And yeah, it's an old school website. It looks pretty random. But the memes of the panda is getting out there. This is, again, in line with the likes of, you know, $1 billion cat. This is all over Twitter. If you're looking on Twitter, it's all over the place. And they are basically making it to join a load of pandas. And the BIP, it's a protocol within Bitcoin, and it's just the words just kind of match. And again, with popularity with Bitcoin and the ecosystem there, it may well take off. So in terms of other stuff we need to talk about, obviously the volume. Rune's volume on the likes of Magic Eden, for example, in the marketplace is significantly increasing. As you can see here, it's growing. And as much as I've been in the runes ecosystem for a couple of weeks now, nothing crazy, but I'm starting to see a lot more uptick in terms of volume. The volume of the runes, for example, the search volume is increasing on it, and most importantly, the engagement volume on my tweets are certainly increasing massively, certainly on it. When we talk though about the long term, as I said before, with this, 0.04% of the market cap of BTC is dog. Obviously, sheep on Ethereum and dog with hat on Solana. They are so crazily undervalued when you talk about market share. And you got to think, the biggest ecosystem such as Bitcoin, right, with the biggest amount of wealth, the biggest cult essentially, and the biggest whales that are sitting there, they might well just buy into a couple of runes just for the shits and giggles, just for a bit of fun, right? That would be pretty scary, but it could also happen. You got to think as well, how many Bitcoin whales have not moved because they didn't want to move to Ethereum or Solana or whatever, but they can do it on Bitcoin without changing the chain, which is pretty mad. And again, we talk about comparing it to the likes of Dogecoin. This is its progress to potentially flip Doge. Possibly, yes, of course it can happen. But the difference here is Doge has a huge amount of inflation coming out. Dog doesn't. It's a fixed supply. Ka-ching. And it's a fair launch. Crazy when you think about it. So stuff like that is mad. If you want to put this into context, this is giving you an idea. It's total supply, circulating supply. It's all out. It's nothing's going to change. It'll be a 28x if it's going to go anywhere near the Doge market capitalization coin, which will be around 17 cents. We're going to talk about $1 billion cat. If we're going to compare this to, say, PopCat, it's a 15x from here. And PopCat could well be, in my opinion, undervalued. It could well ramp up much more in the mania season. And the final one and the most random one is obviously Bitcoin Wizards, if that's also going to go in terms of lines of Dogecoin, in terms of bigness. Bitcoin Wizards is the most obvious meme. The 21 million market capitalization supply could well be worth a $16.5 billion asset if things get roaring. And even that would be a very, very small slice of the pie of Bitcoin if it is a 1.3 and higher trillion dollar capitalization asset, which is absolute bonkers in itself. And that's the thing, there's potential here for a lot of these kind of, old memes and runes become little cults and people get involved in them and then they just sit on them and chill on them, and it's pretty mad. So in terms of how to kind of do all this sort of stuff, now again, as I say, most of them will go to zero. The tactical element that I've got is I'm trying to find something that's memeable or has been existing meme or got a community behind it and survived, basically. I'm not going for the new stuff, I'm going for the existing stuff. So for example, like dog, billion dog, as you know, right? Now, obviously, my opinion, create a Magic Eden wallet, easy. Link it on here. You have got other options as well on other wallets that you can use, and you can use it if you've got Bitcoin in that wallet. You've got to have Taproot enabled though. Big problem though. Big problem is the Bitcoin ecosystem can get expensive, right? However, early morning in the UK tends to be absolutely fine. This is my portfolio and I'm fully happy to showcase this. This, if you've seen on my thumbnail, it's got like a Bitcoin amount. This is basically my Bitcoin dollar cost average kind of thing, right? I'm having a bit of fun with it. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm dollar cost averaging Bitcoin into a wallet and I'm putting a percentage of that money into runes, and I'm already up a decent chunk. I think it's about 52% I'm up, which is quite good in a matter of weeks. Now, these are what I've got right now. This one was a random airdrop randomly, but ultimately it's simple to buy. This is the hard part. You've got two elements that you need to worry about. You got splitting and obviously buying in lots at the moment. Things will probably change though soon. So, for example, if we wanted to buy dog, which I do to be fair, you've got to buy roughly in these lots, and it's kind of a pain in the ass because you've got these really random ass lots and you got to like buy them. If I wanted to say buy that one, what I tend to do is I put the protection on so I don't get sniped. What this does and what this allows you to do is to have 3 different fee elements, where it's a first fee, a second fee, and a maximum fee it'll go to if people try and replace your rod on the blockchain. Now, on the bottom here of the website, you probably can't see on my with my head here, there's a little element around where it showcases what the fees are and the price of Bitcoin. You can customize that to whatever you want realistically, right? So if I wanted to buy that, I'll press buy and it will just go through on the blockchain as per, and you'll have to wait for it to go through on the block, and then you'll get 34,000 dog, basically, right? As I say, you can split these, and when you sell them, it becomes more obvious. But hopefully, very, very soon, when that comes live, that will change everything and you won't have to worry much about the lot, and you just buy from the open market, which could be much more efficient, much cheaper, and easy for selling too. Now, when you come to sell, you have a thing called lots, and they're split, right? You can split them. So if I wanted to say sell these, I could split them. So basically, if I go on to say, if I go actually onto my portfolio, and you can see this very, very clearly, you go onto your lots and you can split them. So I've got, say, 50,000, I can press the split button. And this split button, if I go to maximum, I can split them into 10,000 slots, basically, and I can sell them as batches of them, because what you don't want to do is buy a big, massive bag, and then it becomes it's worth a lot more, and then you can't sell it because it's on a massive thing and no one wants to buy it, basically, right? So you can obviously list them as little lots, which is much easier to sell. As I say, hopefully in the future things will change and that swap functionality is there, and you can kind of do whatever the hell you want with it, which would be pretty good. But it depends on obviously the blockchain, because it's kind of done in this way. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how it works. But for me, it's simple. But as I say, if you're looking to buy anything, it's easier than you think. It's just not as obvious. You can place bids. This is a newer function that's come out, so you can put however much you want, what sort of sats you want, and you leave the bid in. It's kind of like limit order. When they're there for the availability, it'll just buy it for you, which is pretty damn good. So yeah, simple really. So there we go. I would say though, on any of this, avoid the new stuff because it'll get pretty crazy. But if you can find something existing that's got decent volume, a decent amount of holders, and people are interested, go for it. At the minute, everyone's talking about Gizmo. Quite rightly, it's done very, very well. Gutted I didn't buy it myself. It's got a lot of like interest from the pub side of it. But it'll cool off, and then the money rotate into the more obvious ones, which have been here for a while. Just the way it is. Anyways, if you enjoy, leave a like, all that kind of stuff. If you want more alpha, more information, more knowledge, please do check out Patreon, because honestly, it's the amount of stuff in there is ridiculous.